So let's talk about the worst two piece of advice that you can give someone who is in a narcissistic relationship. My name is Manar and I help people leave the narcissistic land, move forward to a better, healthier land. So, a couple of days ago, I was on one of the groups on Facebook, um, a group that is dedicated to survivors of narcissistic relationships, and one of the people asked how to get a narcissist to leave. First comment I saw was, you ask to go to therapy with them. And there was a reply to that same comment, which was, "Yep, you set a boundary that'll get them to leave." Now these are the two worst pieces of advice you can give. Now let's talk more in depth. Let's talk about the first one. You go to therapy with them. I always say never go to therapy with a narcissistic person. They're such good manipulators. They will try their best to manipulate the therapist. B, most therapists have niches, right? And not a lot of therapists niche in narcissistic relationships. So the therapist who doesn't niche in narcissistic relationships isn't aware of what's going on. They're gonna believe what that narcissist is saying about you. And the worst outcome of that, which usually happens, is that you're gonna end up believing that you're the bad one, you're the narcissist. They're good, they're such victims. So you don't go to therapy with a narcissist. Here's the thing. If I'm the therapist who you're coming to me with your spouse, I'm gonna assume that you're paying me that money. You're paying me that money for like what, at least once a week. Obviously, you want to work on your relationship. I'm not gonna assume that one of you's here to play. And I'm right. My assumption is valid. That's how most therapists assume. And the assumption is valid. The thing is, a narcissist does want to work on their relationship, but their way. They want the relationship to get better for them. They want you to listen to them. So they're going to do their best to improve their relationship their way. So that's why you don't go to therapy with a narcissist. What you do is that you go to therapy behind their back for yourself. You work on yourself, you work on your beliefs. You understand what got you to be with that person in the first place and work on that. You don't work on having a better relationship with a narcissist. There's no such thing, to be completely honest with you. Let's say you absolutely had to. Like, my best advice I give to someone is pack your shit, leave them. But let's say that you are in a country where divorce laws are difficult and you can't really just leave them. What you do is that you have a shield. That's the improvement of the second advice, that you set a boundary with a narcissist. You don't do that. You don't set a boundary or speak up. We know what they're going to do. If it were that easy, we all would have done it. We actually have tried to do this many times, right? If you've been with a narcissist, you know what I'm saying. You know what happened when you spoke up and set a boundary. They turned the tables on you. You ended up apologizing. You ended up apologizing for feeling sad or angry or however you felt, right? They use the Darvo method. If you don't know what Darvo is, just write Dr. Ramani, Darvo. Dr. Ramani is the best, honestly. I recommend watching as many videos of her as you can. But yeah, they're gonna do the Darvo method and you're gonna end up apologizing. So you don't set a boundary. What you do is that you have a shield. There's a difference between the word boundary and the word shield. And that is to do with the image that each of these words have or give your mind. So if you close your eyes and actually listen to me right now saying the word boundary. So let's just close your eyes and just observe how your body feels when I say the word boundary, boundary, boundary. Now observe what your body feels like when I say shield, 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 boundary, shield. Do you see the difference? Boundary to me feels like a fight, like I'm having a boundary, right? But the word shield registers to my mind like I see the image of Captain America holding a shield, right? In his side of the shield, it's peaceful. On the other side of the shield, there's like whatever bad guys who are fighting him. Not a big Marvel fan, sorry. But you know what I mean? Like on that side of the shield, there's a war. But on his side, it's fine. He's cool, right? That's what you do. You have a mental shield. Narcissists be having a tantrum, rolling on the floor, crying, screaming, whatever they're doing. You're having a shield. You're like sunglasses, shield. That's what you do. You don't like speak up because listen, obviously you want to speak up. Obviously you want to have your rights as a human being. And again, my best advice for you, pack your shit and leave, honey. If you can, do that. But again, divorce laws are different from a country to another. So let's say you have to stay with that person. Speaking up for yourself doesn't always mean that you have a fight. Sometimes it means I don't give a F about you. And that's how I speak up. Speaking up for yourself sometimes can mean that I'm reserving my energy. I'm not engaging with you. I'm not taking the bait. Speaking up for myself, setting a boundary can sometimes mean that I'm having a shield and that's my boundary. You can do whatever you want. I choose not to engage with it. That's how you empower yourself. Going into the fight with a narcissist takes you to their level. You become like them. You act like them. And you don't want that, do you? Again, I'm repeating this that I'm only saying this if you absolutely have to stay with the narcissist. If you don't have to, just leave. Just leave. You know, God is everywhere, the universe is everywhere, whatever that you believe in is everywhere. You're gonna be supported wherever you are. I personally packed my shit and left the narcissistic land many times before, and I'm good. I'm good. A lot of people have done that before. A lot of people. And they're better than ever. So, to just sum it up, if you have to stay, you don't go to therapy with them. You don't speak up as in like have a fight. You don't have a boundary as in like tell them, hey, this is how you treat me and this is not how you treat me. They ain't listening to you. You have a mental shield, like a Captain America shield, right? Let's say you're from England, Captain England shield. Let's say you're from India, Captain India shield, Captain whatever shield, Captain Morocco shield, whatever. Just have your own shield. Call it your name, right? My name is Manar, so I'm gonna be like Captain Manar shield. Whatever your name is, have your own shield. Don't let the narcissist in.